Let's go to the book of Ruth chapter 3 verse 1. Ruth chapter 3 verse 1. Ruth chapter 3 verse 1. I'll take the first 3 verses. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law. Can you give me the King James Version? My brother, you are in the spirit. I'm sure you've done some research about me for you to go to that keyboard. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, my daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee? Look at your neighbor, say rest for thee. That it may be well with thee. Watch thy, now go to verse 2. And now is not Boaz of our kindred, with whose maidens thou was, behold, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor. Shout the threshing floor. Verse 3, let's read it all together. 1, 2, go. I take verse 3 one more time for you. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thyself, that's anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor, but make not thyself known unto the man until he shall have done eating and drinking. I bring you a message titled Rebranding Yourself. Rebranding yourself. Look at your neighbor, say, it's time for you to rebrand yourself. Rebranding yourself. You say, Pastor, what are you? We're preaching from the book of Ruth, and you're saying rebranding yourself. Yes, rebranding yourself. What is the word brand? Every product is carrying a branded name with it. The name it has been branded with is the name people know about it. Coca-Cola is a brand by itself. The brand is what we get when we get that product. So when you have Coca-Cola product, Coca-Cola right now is in 200 countries of the world. 200 out of how many? Your pastor was giving you mathematical assignments and you are not able to do it. This is geography and you can't do geography. No. How many countries do we have in the world? Bishop, can I come down? Okay, good. Okay, good. I just because anytime I'm over there, but when I'm here, I feel like out of 204, how many countries do we have in the world? 204? I thought it's 204. Well, 205. Out of all those, Coca-Cola is in 200 countries. In Nigeria today, when you mention the name Coke, a picture comes to your mind. True or false? iPhone, a picture comes to your mind. True or false? Samsung, a picture comes to your mind. True or false? Let's get back to Nigeria right now. I'm trying to think of a brand that is very popular across the globe in Nigeria that I don't need to. Give me a brand. Anything. GTB is a brand. That means pastor is thinking money. That's why he said, that's why just in case Christmas is approaching, you have not gotten the number, make sure you get the number. It's GTB. At least we know which brand he is banking with. GTB is a brand. The music world is a brand. They have their brand. Everybody comes with a brand. Friends, once you get Coke, you get a product delivered. And we know what that product does. I don't know if you know that the advert of Coke, I think the advert of Coke is when you put it, they try to say, is it quench your? But is it true? I want to ask you a question. Is it true that it quenches your taste? You get 7-Up. You see the commercials of this product. You see the way they run, the way it looks as if you're looking for this product. You're looking for this product. Okay, good. I knew I must come up with something from Nigeria. Pig milk is a brand. Yes, because I was watching TV 2 days ago, and I saw they were doing. I remember Kanunwako, and then they did a pig milk of Kanunwako. And then it looks as if he was a boy, and then he was taking the milk. Then all of a sudden, we saw Kanunwako scoring a goal because Kanu was taking pig milk. That was why he was able to score that goal. What they are telling us is that when you get pig milk, when you get this brand, this is what it will deliver. I want to ask you a question. Do you know that you are yourself a brand? Do you know that the way you are talking to me, you are branded? You are branding yourself right now. How many of you are on social media right now? Let me see your hands. You're on social media. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Good. How many of you are on Snapchat? Let me go to Snapchat. Cool. I want to talk to you guys in the Snapchat industry. Do you know in the Snapchat that they tell you that you can, when you put it after 24 hours, no, Instagram. Let's go back to Instagram. Instagram Live. Your Instagram story disappears after how long? 24 hours. Cool. It disappears to where? The cloud. Cool. Do you know that everything you post on your social media, you are branding yourself, knowingly or unknowingly? Do you know your friends are a brand of who you are? Do you actually realize that who follows you or who you associate with, you are telling us your kind of brand? Because you don't attract who you want, you attract who you are. I need to take that again slowly for the hearing impaired. You don't attract who you want, you attract who you are. Do you know the reason why certain people gravitate around you is because of what comes out of you? It is your brand, knowingly or unknowingly. The clothes you wear, the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you sit, the way you talk, the way you do everything is a brand. And the challenge is you have no idea that your brand is what has delayed your blessing from being delivered. Not because God is not willing not to bless you, but you have been waiting for heaven to brand you, while heaven said, no, we have already done once. It's now time for you to rebrand yourself. Things are not coming your way the way you want it. 2018 is around the corner. And I asked God, and God said to me, teach them this so that they will start the year on the right brand. Because what you have no idea is that people go towards a particular brand. I'll give you another example. Today we have what we call, in Nigeria, when you want a pen, what is the popular brand name of a pen? Bic. Right? What about the toothpaste? Is it Close Up? McLean. Okay, I know McLean and Close Up. Okay, they are competing. What about, what's the brand name of the water in sachet? Pure water. Whether it is pure or poor, it is still there. It's a brand. So guess what? Many of us are branding ourselves without us knowing. You see, man of God, and when you carry a brand, you carry the promise of that company. A brand has the logo of their image on that product, and they have the name backing it, and they say, no, we cannot. Lighthouse has a brand. I'm looking for your logo somewhere. I saw it. Look, can you remove my picture and just put the logo in there? Lighthouse here has a brand. And if you look at the brand, you look at the logo of Lighthouse. Can you do that for me, media guys? I really appreciate it, except if I caught you off guard, that's all right, and I understand. That's fine. No, not my picture. I know I'm handsome, but I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Lighthouse. The logo, wherever the logo is, the logo of this house is carrying a particular message. I don't know if you understand it. It's carrying a particular message. And what we are telling you is that this is what you get. You see, this circle that you see, and this whether flame or Holy Ghost or fire that is in the middle of a circle, carries a meaning. Thank you. I'm seeing a better product here. That is a brand. And we are telling you that when you come to Lighthouse, this is the promise. This is what you get. I want to ask you a question. What do we get when we get you? I take it one more time again. What do we get when we get you? Please allow me. What do we get when we get you? When we get you, what is your promise to us? do you deliver to us? What do you produce for us? How can we be sure that what you are going to be giving us is what you have promised? You know, I spoke about Instagram story. I spoke about Snapchat. And the reason why I'm speaking like this is because we make a mistake to think that I can just post anything and it will disappear. You understand me? Yes, it will disappear right now. When did I say? It will disappear in 24 hours. But what you don't know, oh, thank you. You are in the spirit. What you don't know is this. That 10 years from now, when you now want to become the United Nations Secretary General, another company will have bought Snapchat or Instagram. And then the next thing there is that they will say, everything that has been in the cloud is going to be made available. And then when you are just about to enter, the reason I didn't say when you want to become the president of Nigeria, I say United Nations. Because in Nigeria, it doesn't matter what you post. For now, you can still make it. For now. Because things will change. Things will change. I believe this country will change for good. I believe it will change for good. But if you want to be the Secretary General of United Nations, or you are applying for a job in a very established company, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, what they will do, they go to your social media. Forget about what you have in your resume, your curriculum vitae. They check what you posted, because what you posted during your downtime really reveals who you are. So guess what? When you post everything you want to post, they get who you really are. So all those postings you post, and you use foul languages, and you post the things that you're not supposed to post because you think you are a young person, that's fine. It goes into your future. The challenge is that it waits for you at the point of when you want to get a major breakthrough. So be careful what you post on your social media. Again, I repeat, be careful what is on your social media, because it shows whose brand you carry. In fact, let me go deeper to let you know. Be careful what you like. Be careful what you like, because it tells us your brand. McDonald's is a brand. But McDonald's will never go and like something that is Mama Put. I don't know if you get that. McDonald's is a brand. You have McDonald's here. You have KFC here. KFC will never go and just out of the social media, the social manager of KFC will never go down and look at Mama Put, make a post and just like Mama Put, because KFC and Mama Put are not on the same level. Be careful who you like or what you like. It must be a value that you believe in. If not, it will come back to haunt you. Does not mean that if Mama Put posts something that is valuable, KFC will not like it. But I'm trying to say that your brand is at a class by itself. So why am I preaching this message? It's a story of a young woman by the name of Ruth. Many of us don't know that the reason why we are in the places where we are is because of the messages we've been passing out, knowingly or unknowingly. It's not what you say that really counts. It's the logo of who you are that people read. And your logo is your brand. And that's why God gave me this message to tell somebody it's time for you to rebrand yourself, to change the brand you are carrying. If you are going to have an edge in 2018, better than how 2017 is, then you must change your brand. You must go back to the drawing room, the drawing board, and you must ask yourself certain realistic questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Where am I headed to? Who are the people? Now, in our church, after Christmas, everybody shuts down. We've taught them that. Everybody will go back and get a vision for their life. You understand me? You're going to look into 2017. I'm going to do the same. And everybody, pastors, members, are going to do the same. You're going to ask yourself, who are the people that added to me in 2017? Who are the people that divided my destiny in 2017? Who are the people that multiplied me in 2017? Who are the people that subtracted me in 2017? You are going to make sure you remove the dividers and the subtractors. And you're not going to ask yourself a question. How much do I want to leverage my time with the people that multiplied me or that added me or the things that multiply? Not just many people, just the activities, the things. What is it? Because the Bible says redeeming the... Because you are starting 2018. If you end 2018 the same way you are ending 2017, then there is a problem with you. And that's the reason why this message is coming to you today. You must have to go back to the drawing room and rebrand yourself. So we have this young lady by the name of Ruth. Ruth came, she lost everything. But Ruth was walking behind. Was walking behind this man in the farm of this man as a widow. Ruth lost everything, but Ruth was carrying a brand of mourning. Maybe the reason why things have not been happening to you is the garment you're wearing. Ruth was wearing a garment of mourning. Ruth was very sad. But then guess what? Who Ruth was associating herself with? Another fellow mourner, Naomi. In fact, Naomi said, please change my name from Naomi to Mara. Bitterness. Because nothing good is happening to me. I lost my mother. Sorry, I lost my father. I lost my husband. I lost my children. And guess what? Ruth said, I'm going to stay with you. I understand you stay with that person because you recognize what they carry. But the challenge is, for how long are you going to mourn? I understand that you lost certain things in 2017. I understand things happen to you in different ways and different directions. But the question is that for how long are you going to mourn like this? A pastor that I came for his wedding, that whether this past weekend, lost his mother this year. And the question is, are you still going to continue with the wedding? He said yes. And the mother's birthday was this month. She'll have been 70 something, I think 76. He came for the burial, yet he still say, Pastor, I still want to come for the wedding. The question is that you could decide to say, you know what, I've lost my mother this year. You know what, marriage, wait. And keep on mourning. Keep on what? Mourning. Ruth was carrying that. Ruth was eligible to be married, but Ruth remained single. You know why? Because of the garment she was carrying. Because of the brand she was carrying. And Naomi discovered that she was carrying the right brand. Naomi discovered that she was carrying a wrong brand. And what is the brand? The brand of a slave. The brand of a sufferer. The brand of somebody going through sorrow. That's what she was carrying. The Bible recorded that in chapter 2. She said, let me go look for Job. And she find herself in the house, in the farm of Boaz. And the Bible said she was walking behind the people. They were walking. And she was walking behind them. 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 Gleaning. Boaz showed up. Boaz found out that, no, wait a minute. Who is this person? Then they told him. Boaz said, I know her. I've heard about her. Make sure. Continue to leave certain things on purpose for her. Servants. I need 3 people to do this example. 3 people that can volunteer. Continue to leave some things for her. Whenever she appears, I have 1. I need 2 more. Continue to leave things on purpose for her. Maybe let's have a lady right now. Since we have 2 men already, let's have a lady. Let's have a lady. Let's say. Yeah, you can still come since you came. Since you came, we can use you. You are. Do you want to be Boaz? Boaz is the rich man. He's a senator. Actually, the Senate president. The Senate president. You look presidential compared to these two. Okay. If you guys vote him in as a Senate president, that's fine. So guess what? For now, you are servants in Senate president's farm. Boaz was a Senate president. Go to chapter 4, verse 1. You'll find that there. Because he called for a Senate council and he chaired the Senate assembly. Guess what? What's your name, ma'am? Okay, I was just trying to make sure that your name is not rude. So Biunke, Ibironke is root. And Ibironke came walking behind. You are the servant, sir. We don't need to know your names because usually. No, check it in the Bible. How many servants do you know their names? Not many. Not many. So, Ibironke came and was walking in the farm. Ladies and gentlemen, sir, you are workers. This suit that you have, you don't work in the farm with suits. You understand me? Good, you are workers. Ibironke was walking behind the harvesters. It's harvest time, but they were harvesting. But something was dropping on the ground. And Ruth was picking it up. Ruth was picking it up until the Senate president majestically walked into the place to inspect and to supervise what is happening in this farm. And he saw a new face, a new kid in the block. And he asked them, greeted them and asked them, who is this person? And they told him, she is a widow who lost her husband. I wonder what people call you, because that's your brand. Do they say you are short? That's a brand. Do you want to accept it? Do they say you are dark? That's a brand. I tell them in Canada, I say, look, listen. I am black, but even in the blackness, there are categories. I am ebony black. Ebony is a black that shines. It's a black that attracts. Do you understand me? So I'm not just black. There is dark chocolate, but me, I am ebony. I don't know if you understand me. So you have to rebrand yourself, and because your branding gives you the confidence to know what to deliver. I preach a message on confidence, because once you are not confident, you cannot deliver. She came, and then he told them, of a purpose. When you harvest, drop on purpose some leftovers for her. Ruth, continue your job, sirs. Ruth was picking whatever was being dropped on purpose. The challenge is that has been how many of us have been living our lives daily. We've been carrying things that people are dropping for us. Understand, this is not what God intended for Ruth. This is not God's original plan for Ruth. But the reason why Ruth is at this level, Ruth cannot move higher to this level, because Ruth is not carrying a brand that can shift her. Because your brand determines where you are going. I can prove it to you. There are certain functions. That no matter who you are, pure water will not make the table. Oh, Pastor Daniel, I thought I was in the right church. Maybe I need to go back to Winnipeg. I said there are certain occasions that no matter who you are, pure water. I was at Reverend Victor's daughter's wedding. You were there, sir. Pure water did not make the table. Because there is a class. Look at your neighbor, say there is a class. In fact, even the bottled water, it depends on which brand. Is it water? Pure water, is it water? Bottled water, is it water? What is the difference that one made the table, the other did not make the table? Packaging. somebody understand this. I'm going somewhere and I'm going to land somewhere with this, but I want to carry you along. It's the same water, but as long as you remain packaged in a different container, your level will never grow to that beyond where you are. Your level you will never step up to the next dimension of where you are supposed to be. People that are supposed to order for your product no longer need the services, because it is not the content that really carry you. The container is very important. Tell them in NextGen Worship Center. Those of you in choir, what do you call yourself? Here. Huh? He's fragrance. He is fragrance. You see what? I tell his fragrance. If you're going to sing, please don't stand up and say, this is the song we're going to have a special number. Please don't mind the voice. Mind the words. The words will bless you. The day you say that in a church, while you are still talking, you'll be grounded. Because I need the voice to hear the words. If the voice is not good, I am not ready for the words. Because there are some voice that will take my ears to close it down. But I need the melodious voice, because it's a brand you carry. Don't stand before me and tell me not to mind your voice. I should mind the words. I need the voice, because the words needed the words to be communicated through my brain. It needs to move in with the right voice. If you don't have the right voice, I can't hear the right words. I wonder if you have been carrying a wrong. What is the brand you've been carrying? It's the same water, but it did not make it to the wedding. I'm wondering if you carry the same thing that your friend carried. But why is it that he is invited to that board meeting and you're not invited? In fact, can I go deeper? You are better off than him. You carry a better content. But the question is, what is the container you are carrying? Which container are you packaging? You have to think about repackaging. Maybe the right title of this message should be repackaged. Maybe you need to think, because I will say rebranding is something out. Maybe we need to say it's repackaging. You need to repackage yourself. Help me look at your neighbor, say repackage yourself. Why is it that you did not get that contract? Because you didn't package yourself very well. Not because you didn't know what to say. Not because you didn't have the content. In fact, there are ways you will dress. As you show up, the door opens. You know, there are doors that opens of its own accord when it reads your senses. There are some destinies when it sees your packaging, it doesn't need questions, it opens. Am I in Lighthouse? Okay, I'm just... Okay. No, I know you are taking it in. I just want to see. I just want to see it. I just want, I want you to understand me. There are doors. There is, can I go deeper? There is a place in Nigeria that when you enter a kind of a car, when you approach the gate, they will tell you, please, can you park over there? Am I being very honest? But change to a different kind of a class of a car. As the same person is approaching, they're saying, sorry, sir. Sorry, let's get the door open. Let's get the door open, sir. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. It's the same content inside a different container. Look at your neighbor, say repackage. Maybe the way you dress, you didn't know the way you dress. You say, oh, no. It doesn't matter the way I dress. Can I tell you, brothers, can I speak to some brothers here? If you're married, say hallelujah. If you're not married, say praise God. Wait for me. I believe there are brothers that are not married here. Brothers, if you are not married, say praise God. Wait for me. Good, I'm talking to you. Maybe the reason why we have been asking you have been asking us to wait for you. Maybe the way you have been packaging your shirt. You don't know how to dress. You don't even know color combination. And then you show up in church, you say, Pastor, I don't understand why the lady doesn't say yes. No, the reason is because every time, Pastor, you have blessed him to go for the lady. But when he goes to the lady, as he's talking to the lady, there is an anointing that comes out of his mouth. It's called a brand. When that anointing comes out of his mouth, the lady is saying, Lord, help me. If he's a pastor, and he's very close, he's praying for her, even if the anointing is not hitting heavy, the breath, because of the brand, will hit the lady to the floor and say, Lord, and you say, can you stand up? He said, no, I am slain in the spirit. Let this cup pass over me. I want this cup to pass over me. You are wondering why somebody did not say yes. The reason why they didn't say yes is not because you don't have what it takes. It's because you are packaging yourself in something different. Your shoes is not complete. Your trouser is, one is looking west, the other one is looking north. And your talking is not something else. And you think that you are the only one that is broke. It's not being broke. It's knowing how to repackage yourself. Look at your neighbor, say repackage yourself. Guess what? Yeah, no, that lady went through that. Yeah, that lady went through that. That's why I feel you, baby. I feel you. I understand what you're going through. And all, man of God, and every time we all come to say, it's all about the grace. Yes, even grace was packaged in the person of Jesus. That woman was packaging herself as a widow, but walking behind servants that she needs to be a supervisor over. I wonder, the people, the place, the company you're working, you may actually supposed to be a shareholder in that company, but you are even looking for contract from a company that you need to own. That was what is happening to Ruth. Ruth was coming behind. All she's saying is that, just give me minimum wage. Minimum wage is how much? 18,000. Just give me 18,000 with an extra. They give you 18,000. Christmas is coming here. Bawa said, drop bonus for them. He said, he gave us 10,000 more. We thank God. Do you know what's in the storehouse? You are supposed to be the chief controlling officer, the chief executive officer. But you're satisfied. And all we hear you sing, I am satisfied with Jesus. Yes, you are satisfied while the money is going away. And you are beginning to say, no. Give me Jesus. Just give me him. Yes, we are giving you. Oh, give me him. Lord, give me you. That's true. I listen, how many times do you want him? Are you saved? No, I'm asking you a question. Are you saved? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb? Are you filled with the Holy Ghost? When was the last time he left you? He came by grace. He said by grace. And I'm not trying to preach a message that once saved, forever saved. No, if you sin, he lives. I believe in that. But listen, you have Jesus already. And you are saying, all I want is you. No. You have gotten me already. All you want is the blessing. And we are busy in church, busy praying, busy packaging ourselves for church, and we are missing the blessing out there. Am I stopping you from packaging yourself for the blessing? No. The reason why you are hearing this message is because God gave it to me. It's in church. But I'm telling you that it's time. It's time for the pure water in sachet to repackage itself in a what kind of a bottle? What's the problem? In a bottled water, and name yourself a kind of a class that nobody has. You are unique by yourself. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are made in the image of God. You carry godliness inside. You carry greatness inside. You are not an ordinary person. You are an extraordinary person. God took time to make you. He made you in his own image. Everything that he carries, you carry. He breathed into you the breath of life. That's who you are. Do you know who you are? Do you know what you carry? You are not supposed to be a peasant and a slave walking behind the owners. The slaves of the people working and just waiting for dropouts. You are supposed to be dining. You are supposed to be seated with Christ in the heavenly places, far above principalities, giving a command from here. A command that doesn't try to scream. Have you seen a lion trying to scream? A lion doesn't just sweat. Have you seen a lion sweating the way I'm sweating? Have you ever seen a sweat of a lion? You are of the lion of the tribe of Judah. No, you didn't get me. You are of the lion of the tribe of Judah. You are a class of an eagle by yourself. You soar by yourself. You fly. You use the storm to ride to the next dimension. You are supposed to look at advantage from a vintage point. And I'm supposed to get what is supposed to be yours. Why are you hanging out with them canaries? With them parrots and them ostriches? When you're supposed, I preach a message, man of God. I say, why are you supposed to be feeding from the top of a tree and you are feeding from the grass? Look at your neighbor, say, I'm supposed to be up there. I'm not supposed to be down here. And guess what happens? Ruth will go back home. Man of God, she continued like this the whole harvest year. For 1 year, working in a place where you are not supposed to work, where you're supposed to own. Continue in the garment of mourning until one day. Look at your neighbor, say one day. One day Ruth came home. Let me use somebody again as a lady. Who wants to volunteer? You want to volunteer? Good. So let's say you are the mother-in-law. One day the mother-in-law came and asked herself a question. Because she looked at the way this lady has been very faithful. Friends, never despise association. The reason why I am here today is because of a relationship. The first time I'm meeting Pastor Daniel is right here. I've never met him personally. I've heard about him, but I've never seen him personally. Never try to burn your bridges. You never know which bridge will take you to your next. The mistake, especially young people, can I talk to you? I know you are anointed. This generation, the millennials, you are the most gifted generations. The most blessed generation. But can I go deeper? You are the most ignorant generation. Because you think that gift without grace is the same thing. The old people may not carry the gift, but they carry grace. They may not be able to get there themselves, but they know the way that will get you there. Just one connection opens the door. Just one phone call makes the way. And they're not going to give you that phone call because every time they put their name on the line, it's a brand. They don't just want to carry any brand. The person that sent me here will not just send me to any church. I was supposed to be away. I was supposed to leave since Monday. He said, no, you can't leave. And everybody I talk to, I'm going to Lighthouse. Reverend Victor said, oh yeah, everybody, they know this place. Because of a brand. There is something with your name. And there are some places you don't want to put your name on. There are some people you don't want to stamp your name on. Because when you do, it affects your brand. I'll never forget somebody telling me this. My wife came to me concerning somebody. And this person is trying to trust God for a partner to marry. And then she spoke to me. She said, what about this girl? I said, sweetheart, if I speak to this guy, he knows me. He will marry her without going to pray once. Because he knows who I am. And I will never be the one that will send him to somewhere where he will look back tomorrow and say, had it not been because of you. The reason is because the young girl, once in a while, allows smoke come out of her head. It's not that she's smoking, no. But it's just that this, these millennials feel sometimes they can just, the good thing about a teacher is that a teacher was once a student. So a teacher knows the tricks of a student. I know you look at Pastor Daniel and Mommy Daniel, and you think that they don't understand. Yeah, the millennials, am I talking your language right now? Yeah, they don't understand. No, they don't get it. That's the language right now you guys use. They just don't get it. Yes, we don't get it. Yeah, you think we are 40s or 50s or 60s. Yes, we don't get it. The issue is that I may not speak your English. In fact, I may not have your phonetics, but I have the access card. And you need my access card. Pastor Daniel, that is the problem with this generation, especially those who are even going to the ministry. Those who are going to the ministry just feel that all they need is for me. If I can just lay my hands on you right now, you fall under the anointing. Pastor Daniel can lay his hands and you fall under the anointing, that's fine. If I can come and preach, in fact, there are some of you right now, the way I'm preaching, say, oh, I was the one that's supposed to preach today. I would have done a better job than that man. Just because he came from Canada, they gave him a pulpit. I carry more anointing, more fire. Well, look at it. Too bad, I've got the mic. You come and you think that preaching is all to pastoring. Let me tell you this. The pulpit ministry, in case if your pastor has never told you, let me tell you. If you're watching us live stream, let me say it there. The pulpit ministry, the preaching ministry is only 5% of the pastoral job. 5%. 95% is not what you see here. 5%. Please, out of 100%. You, my brother, with a suit, when you get 5%, did you pass? We come in a generation of people that all they think is, I can preach better. That was what Absalom taught. Absalom taught it's all about just judging people. Absalom did not know that it's all about discernment. Trying to wrap up right now. Give me a few minutes and I'll be out. But this generation of young people just feel that I don't need you. I wish I was close to that door and I'll tell you how young people normally do. Young people will be angry and will get out of a door and bang the door. The only challenge is that the noise of the slamming destroyed the door. So the next time you need that door, we no longer have it there, because what happened is that it's a glass door. When you slammed it and the thing broke and we didn't have money to fix it, so we decided to do a plywood and cover that door, so that when you need that door, no longer access through that door. Be careful how you close that door. Close it gently. You may need to open it tomorrow. Look at your neighbor, say he's talking to you right now. Ruth observed the way this lady goes. Naomi observed the way she goes in and comes out. Naomi said, I may not have gotten what I wanted in life. I may not have gotten what I wanted in life. Thank you, man of God. I may not have gotten all I wanted in life. But at least I have enough wisdom to lead you there. I would rather allow you to use my shoulder to get what I did not get in life. Naomi said, can I not find rest for you? Let me say this. There are a lot of people that have come to me, to the glory of God, with the access of some people that I have. Access of, especially those of you in the singing ministry. Oh, I want you guys, when next I'm invited here, that you guys love me. But let me give it to you the way it is. Please be very careful, because you have gift. Gift without grace will end you somewhere that you are not interested in. I know people who are gifted, but they're grounded. Because what makes you fly is not the gift, it's grace. Hear me? There are people that all it takes is for me to make a phone call or to just send a text and say, please, this guy. There are some people here that all it takes is for Mama or Pastor Daniels or any of the pastors to just give a note. Please understand, we're not talking about favoritism. We're talking about relationship connection. And nobody makes it in life without connection. I can prove it to you from the Bible because I know you are well taught and you are saying he's coming to teach us bribery and corruption. I forfeited my bribe, my master's from the University of Ibadan here because I didn't want to bribe. Okay? I finished everything until just the 6th credit unit. So I was talking to some people this morning in Ghana. They wanted me to pay a bribe to cross Ghana. I said no. I delayed out of the airport 2 years ago just for me to. So I don't do that. I'm a person of integrity. But I'm teaching you something. I can prove it to you that they had no wine in John chapter 2. If Mary was not there, the connection of getting a better wine would not have been there. So please, I'm teaching what's in the Bible. You need a Mary, the mother of Jesus, who knows the people doing the wedding, but who also knows the miracle worker, and who is the connection. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about somebody. And all he says to you, do it. Guess what? She observed her. For the whole year, man of God, she observed her. And she said, she always comes back faithfully. Everything she gets, she does not stop by in Alaba market to sell half and bring half. She brings everything. And she said, can I not get a rest for this person? 2018 is your year of rest. You've labored this year. You need this message so that you can rest in 2018. Please, it's not by labor. It's by favor. Because there are people who are not working as hard as you are, but they are working very smart. They branded themselves and they are making more money than you are. Using the same pen you are using, they are getting more zeros in front of their own. You are getting less zeros. Guess what happened? Naomi, said, let me find rest for you. And Naomi told her, you know, young girl, that's you now talking to her. Talk to her. Young girl, say young girl. The way you've been dressing. Young girl.
The way you've been dressing. Your packaging. Has not given you rest. You're supposed to be rested. But you are restless. I want to give you rest. Right now. Go. Shower. Go get manicure. Makeup. Go on 12 hours of your ears. Do the eyelashes. The eyebrow. Paint your lips. And above all, change your garments.
The garment you've been carrying, the way you have been dressing, is what has stopped that door from opening. Say, go repackage yourself. I've seen you for 1 year. Now I want to tell you the secret. Stop looking at these elders in front. They carry a secret. After this message, come and, what do you call it? Lie down, dobale. Come and dobale for these people. And say, I am going to repackage myself so that every secret you have for my rising, you'll give it to me. Forget about the fact that the two of you are taking down 4 together. I'm rounding up right now. Guess what happened? When that happened, he said, today, there's a program somewhere, and I know the calendar. You don't, because you are a new kid in the block. The Senate president is going to be here today. You can now sit down. Yeah, you can just sit down, kind of. Sitting in heavenly places far above principalities and powers. They say, don't go to the farm. Go to the headquarters. You control the farm. Don't allow him see you. But dress well. Package yourself well. Because this garment you are wearing to the slave farming, you can't use it to go off. Because even the gate will not open for you. You hear the saying, the way you dress is the way you are dressed. It's not a saying, it's a reality. They went and said, don't go too close, because you also don't want to push the button, but you want to make your presence known. You want to position yourself at a place so that they can see you. So when it is time, just go beside his feet. Ma'am, come here and just sit down beside his feet. They said, at the right time, when you are properly positioned, the blessings flow. He will see you at the right time. Pastor, man of God, he knows Ruth. He sees Ruth. He has seen her year in, year out, but he has only seen her in the farm. He has not seen her in this level. Because Naomi have to tell her, the secret is rebrand yourself. It's not the energy, it's grace. Just go and go to that position. And he asked her a question. And she said, in case you don't know, can't you see? He said, yes, I can see. Why couldn't she say, can't you see here? Because she's not dressed for it here. I wonder whether you are carrying pure water. Pure water, right? I wonder whether you are carrying pure water to some weddings and you want them to buy. I wonder whether you are looking for them to give you a contract, but your packaging is pure water package, and you want them to take it to some high places. No. Can you change the container? When you change the container and then look for one person, you don't need many people, just one. Just one. Just one. Just one. And that person may be suffering the way you are suffering, but they have key, because that person understood the season, that their season is gone. They cannot repackage themselves, but they have the key to help the next generation. Because there are some people who are not selfish, who know that my season has passed, but I'm waiting for the right person that I can put my brand on. Because when I put my brand on you, you'll not destroy my image, because character is very important to some people. And so when they see you and they advise you, they say go there. And then guess what? She went there. And then when Bawa saw her, Bawa said, please, on this matter, I will handle it. And she said, just go back. And Ruth came back. This man said, and she asked, she said, don't worry, honey. This man will not rest until, because when you press the right button, this man went and called for a Senate council. And only the Senate president can call for a Senate meeting of a nation at the city gate. And he said, this is the matter before us. And it was clear that you deserve Ruth. And this man came. How can a Senate president come to marry a slave who is from a cursed tribe? But don't forget that she is of the 10th generation. I know your pastor will have spoken to you about that. Only the 10th generation can enter of Moab, can enter. And Ruth calculated from that curse, she was of the 10th generation. But how can this Senate president come for a cursed person to marry a cursed tribe? You know why? Because he understood. He's been there. He's done that. He knew it was grace that took him as the Senate president, the most wealthiest person, because his mother was a harlot. She too wasn't supposed to be in the Commonwealth of Israel, but grace brought her. And whenever you meet somebody who was brought by grace. Except if they forget their root, they always want to extend the grace because they knew what it means to suffer. We went to Uganda recently, and I was talking to them because we did borehole for them, and we gave them food supply. And I was looking at them. I was asking God if I should preach this message. I preached a different message yesterday, and I wanted to preach a message of dream. It's time for you to dream again, because I got to where I am today as a result of dream. I'm preaching on this altar today as a result of dream. God has opened 17 nations for me so far as a result of a dream that I had from a northern Nigeria, a boy who couldn't speak English. I will never forget how people were abusing me in my school. Up in my class, I will never forget them. I did not graduate with first class. I did not graduate with second class upper, and I'm not telling you to do poor. I graduated with second class lower. But today, I sit at places. Was given an honorary doctorate degree recently, just about less than a month right now, at a university that is connected to United Nations. I flew up to New York to receive it. Have traveled to 17 countries. My dad has only been to maybe 2 or 3, including Nigeria. I've been to 17. And wow! Can somebody who doesn't know how to speak English, they say my syntax and my pretext and everything is not good. Yes, my syntax, my pretext is not good. My accent is not that what you want. But right now you are listening to me. Man of God, I got to Canada. They looked at me and they say I'm a black person. And I brought Dr. John C. Maxwell in person to Winnipeg. I did not bring him once. If I brought him one, you say it is stumbling, it is luck. I brought him twice because once so as to erase your doubt. The second one so as to let you know that it was not an accident, it was not a mistake, it was a God stance. God made it happen. How did it happen? Because I had a dream. There was something in me. And when I went to Uganda and I looked at those people, some of them were orphans, and I told them I'm talking to dreamers, I'm talking to future presidents, I'm talking to people who can make it. Don't allow somebody laugh at you. Don't allow somebody look down at you. Don't allow somebody tell you you can never amount to anything, because no man who is it that speaks and it comes to pass if God did not say it. And I told them, and listen, I can easily reach out. I may not give you money, but I can give you hope. I can give you dream. I can give you access, because that was what I got. I did not get the money, but I got the access. But when you get the access, your packaging will make money flow your way. And guess what? Boaz could extend to marry Ruth. And guess what? When now he brought her, when she came, she was seated at his feet. Choir, you can come back. I am almost done. And now she doesn't sit at the feet. She sits at the same seat. When I married my wife, everything I have, she has. Every grace I carry, she carries. We will share it together. I'm out of time. I'm not out of words, but listen to this as I round up. Now, the servants that used to give her handouts will come back. You have to go down. The servants that she was going behind. That is why if you know about me, man of God, I never write anyone off. As long as you are breathing, I cannot write you off. Because rejoice not at me, my enemy. For though I fall right now, I shall yet rise again. You may think that today is your story, but I want you to know that tomorrow may be my turn. Today may be your turn, but tomorrow may be my turn. I've come to tell somebody, if you can repackage yourself, then I want you to know that your turn is just around the corner. It is not just your turn, it is your time. When the heaven is there, the time is right, everything will drop out for you. And she came, and they bowed down to her. Oh, but guess what? Because she carries a brand, it was stated when she gave birth. So she married the Senate president, married the richest person in town. All the slaves are under her control. But that's not all. When she gave birth, excuse me, she carried Naomi, who thought her story was over, who thought she could not bring out milk. Read Ruth chapter 4 verse 17 in the right context. The Bible says she nursed the baby. Mama, When we say a woman nursed a baby, it means she gives her milk. I ask myself a question. How can a woman who did not give birth produce milk? It's called grace. Even if you think that you are past the age of fruitfulness, God said even in your old age, you can still bear fruit. Because your seed, Shadaba, his seed shall serve him. Psalm 22 verse 30, and it shall account for him for generation. She connected Ruth. Man of God, she's not that kind of a woman. That she's not that kind of a girl that will slam the door and say, now I've gotten what I've gotten, and forget the fingers, the shoulders that you use, the ladder that you used to climb there. She brought the ladder. When she gave her first child is called the first fruit. It's called your tithe. Please forget about what you are hearing. Pay your tithe. Pay your first fruit. It's in the Bible. They say it's in the Old Testament. It's in the New Testament. Hebrews chapter 7 verse 7. Matthew chapter 23 verse 23. If it is not in the New Testament, if all they are accusing us that we are collecting tithe, that is because it's not in the New Testament. Let me tell you this. Psalm 23 is only in Psalm 23. Why are they quoting it? Allow anybody to talk. If you like, get me back, but I will tell the truth, and that is the truth. Tithe is in the word of God. She gave her first fruit. Her first fruit. She gave it to Naomi. And the Bible says, Naomi carried the first fruit. Naomi sat down. And Naomi, who thought that she had nothing to offer, Naomi said, they came and they said to her, you who are an outcast. You notice, man of God, the attention shifted from Ruth. The attention went to Naomi. Stand to your feet. I'm done. I'm not done the message, but I will have to stop because of my time. You notice that the attention did not shifted. The person who now carries the blessing is not the person who is carrying the praise. It's no longer Boaz. It's no longer Ruth. But the attention shifted to Naomi. In chapter 1, Naomi said, my life is done. But in chapter 4, I don't know who I've come to talk to. You thought your story was over. You thought that there is no hope for you. But the Lord sent me all the way from Winnipeg, Canada, to let you know, don't worry as you enter 2018. Those people that you thought have forgotten about you will come back and remember you. You are only in the chapter 2 and the chapter 3 of your life. There is the chapter 4 that will bring you rest. Hey, you say, how can I give birth? How can I nurse without giving birth? Don't worry. The Lord is making it happen. The Lord is bringing the right husband. The Lord is bringing the right relationship. Why not lift up your hands and begin to give him praise? Why not lift up your hands and begin to give him praise?
Experience worship. True worship. Experience the word, bringing you wholeness. Experience the warmth of fellowship. Experience wholeness at Lighthouse. Join us every Sunday and Wednesday at the Lighthouse, House 7, Plot 2/3, Kudrata Biola Way, Oregon, Ikeja, Lagos. Visit our website at www.lighthouseng.org or contact us at info@lighthouseng.org. The Lighthouse, lighting your pathway to destiny.